I've thought about this many times, how to express what I've learned about myself through drug addiction. There are many stories, all bittersweet, and now I finally feel comfortable enough to tell you one of them. I hope you remember, I've been writing my truth and expressing myself for the past 3 years. When I was abusing substances, something would shift inside my mind. My brain would regress into a childlike state. I'd cheer up, wanting to make friends, to laugh, to love. I didn't even realize these habits until I began healing, until I looked back with clarity. In that state, my mannerisms mirrored my mother's when she became overly emotional, when she couldn't control life the way she wanted. What many don't know is that, despite the chaos in our home, my mother was deeply kind to others. And somehow, when I was on substances, I inherited that same overflowing kindness. Even when I was constantly being wronged, I let them take advantage of me anyway. Somewhere inside, it was as if my body whispered, "This is what God would want, right?" Just like my mother, I wanted to nurture those who felt smaller than the pain they carried. So even when they hurt me, I stayed close. Just like how she stayed close to relatives who also hurt her. Back then, I didn't notice the child still living inside me. But off substances, I noticed everyone else's child, their broken cells, their silent screams, and I yearned to make them feel heard, safe, and appreciated. Even as they plotted against me and called me names most of the time, I've met people who unknowingly helped me understand the pain of my own father. Even though he passed nearly 2 decades ago, my surroundings taught me why he turned to drugs too. He just wanted to silence his own childhood wounds. His substance abuse made him violent, and to him, that was normal, because it had been done to him. But I learned, if my father had known about mental health, maybe, just maybe, he would have found a better way to be a father, a better way to be a husband. The rage he carried, it wasn't from this life. It was from the boy inside him, angry at the world. But no one taught him how to understand that anger, how to hold it with gentleness. So he shut down. And without justice for his own soul, he couldn't give justice to those around him. He stayed broken because he couldn't find a way out. I was like my father in some ways, but I was never violent, not even in my darkest moments. I feared hurting others. That fear led to me being abused in many different forms. So I cried. I cried because maybe it was always written this way, that I too would become a victim of substance abuse, that one day I would rise from it and become my father's voice, a voice that echoed beyond his grave, that I would become the voice of the child my mother once was. I cried for months, and with conviction, I am now willing to become the voice for my peers too. By the time my father stopped using his hands and life began to slow him down, he had a son, quietly. He was ready to give us the world if he ever made it to America. He promised my mother gold, love, safety. He apologized often, and 6 months after his only son was born, he passed away. Indeed, we plan, but Allah is the best of planners. As his daughter, I wish I could run to him. I want to run into his arms and tell him, "Father, I forgive you. I understand you. Allah showed me heartaches I never imagined, and in those hardships, He taught me who you were. I forgive you 1,000 times. I wish you could have seen me during my addictions. during my trials and tribulations. I made it through, Father, and Allah showed me mercy. He found me when I was lost. He took care of me. I am free. I am free.